Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I filmed a video, so if you want to see what I've been up to, guys, you can check out my Instagram, which I'll put right here. But I wanted to jump on and do another language learning style video because Lingoda, which I've done videos on in the past and it's really helped you guys out, has basically completely changed. So I want to give an update on what exactly has changed and what that means for you. And if you haven't heard of Lingoda, that's okay, we're going to go over everything in today's video. It's basically a language learning platform where you do classes online, and it's what I used to learn French for my beginning periods before I moved to France. If you have heard of Lingoda, you've probably already heard of their sprints, which is kind of like a language learning intensive where you get rewards if you complete the entire thing. And not only am I going to give a rundown on how Lingoda has changed, particularly their sprints, because I know that's what people are most interested in, but I've also decided that I want to learn Spanish with them now since it works so well with French. So if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to add a section of me actually taking my very first Spanish class with Lingoda, and hopefully that gives you guys an idea, especially if you're a very beginner like me, of what a class will look like. Also, if you are thinking of signing up for Lingoda and you find my video helpful or you just want to help out the channel, I have a discount link and I'll put it in the description, which gives you 20 euros off or $25 off your purchase. So if you do, thank you, I appreciate it, and let's get into the video. So I'll just give a little recap. Previously, completing the super sprint would have given you 100% cash back, and the regular sprint would have been 50% cash back. Completing the regular sprint, which is 30 classes in 2 months, you get 40 classes back, so that's pretty good. Or if you opt for the super sprint, and this is what I did back when I was learning French, you have to complete 60 classes in 60 days, so it's a bit more intense, but you're going to learn pretty quick. And if you attend every single class, you get 75 free classes. So either way you go, if you successfully complete the sprint, you get pretty much all of those classes again for free, plus some. Other than that, they still do their subscription-based models if you do want to just not have any of that pressure from a sprint. All right, now that I've talked about the changes with these sprints and the rewards, let's jump onto the actual Lingoda site itself and we can check out what Lingoda actually looks like now, or what it looks like for those who've never used it, and see how it's improved. So when you jump on, you will see the home screen. This is a bit different from what it used to be. But you will be able to see your upcoming classes. I've just opened this account, so there isn't much here, unfortunately. You can see your achievements too, weekly progress, and a couple of how to use Lingoda videos if you really can't figure it out. Let's go over to my classes. You can see my past classes here. Let's click on this one. This is a class that I did today. I'll go over all of the content and pretty much everything that surrounds a class at the end of this video during my live demonstration of what a class looks like. Next, over to my course. It's so strange to be back to A1.1. It kind of reminds me how beginner I was when I did start learning French. These are the different chapters and the corresponding flashcards, so that's kind of cool that you can see all of the vocabulary in the flashcards as you go through the content. Let's just have a little look. So you're able to basically test yourself and then grade yourself. You're also able to change your level, so if you're not a total beginner like me, you can go all the way up to, okay, B2.3. I think when I did French, the maximum was B2. So they have added more content, it seems like, for the upper levels. Let's go over to practice now. And this is all of the homework, which I literally never do, but you guys should. Now into book a class. You can pick multiple levels if you want, like this. You're able to pick the date. So let's say Monday after work. All right, cool. And I can see some options for that. If you change the date to be a bit further out, you'll have obviously more options. That's the advantage of booking further out than just like if I book tomorrow, for example, I'm going to be more limited. So it's really up to you how you manage that. If there's a class that you really want to do, I'd say plan it a bit more in advance. Also, there's private or group classes. The sprint, if you do a sprint, will be in group classes. And there's a maximum of 5 students total in a class. So let's just take a look at what a class actually looks like. With literally every class, you will be able to see what type of class it is. There will be things like grammar, speaking, vocabulary, reading, etc. It will have basically what you're going to learn in that class, what you're going to be able to do. You're also going to see the times here. You will be able to see the teacher here once the teacher is assigned. It's hosted on Zoom. Just make sure that your internet isn't like too bad. Just a reminder, if you are doing the sprints, try not to be super late because the classes start right when they're supposed to start. And if you rock up maybe like, I don't know, like 30 minutes late or something, you probably won't get that class counted towards your sprint as a completion, if that makes sense. You can also see the lesson material in advance. You can get to know the vocabulary. Once you do finish the class, you'll be able to see the review. So let's just go into lesson material really quickly. You will always have the objectives at the beginning. Then you'll have like lots of different activities, placing the name with the item. You will be doing different dialogue activities, which is pretty good. Fill in the blank, masculine, feminine, and there's pictures to help you as well. You probably don't know what that word means, but let's take a wild guess. All right, going back to this, get to know the vocabulary. A lot of this stuff is new, guys, so it's really interesting even for me to look at and see how it has kind of improved. Oh, I really like that they have if it's masculine or feminine here. Okay, and they even have if it's a verb or a noun. Okay, I like that a lot because even in English, I struggle, guys. You can mark it as complete. So you're really able to track your progress if you want to get really deep into it. I'm pretty sure this didn't exist before. There's even more stuff about going really deep into why things are the way that they are. It's like, honestly, the lesson material is really detailed now. By the way, it's good to mention just the cancellation policy. If you are going to do a sprint or super sprint, I will say you should read the terms and agreements, and if I do find it, I will put it in the description for you guys. It just goes over things like if you skip a class, what happens if the teacher misses a class, pretty much everything that you need to know if you do want to do a sprint and win those free classes. By the way, you don't have to do everything in every order. If you don't like vocabulary classes, you can literally just do grammar classes if you want. There is no like order that you have to go in. It's really, you can just choose what you want to do yourself. And if you do want to book, you just click book, confirm, and it shows you how many credits are remaining. So easy peasy. I'll just briefly go over what you can see on your profile. You are able to get a certificate once you've completed 90% of your level. So let's have a quick look at the different plans if you don't want to do a language intensive / sprint. Here you're able to see the prices of all the classes. If you do want to buy credits, you've got group private, you can change the currency. Oh wow, that's new. Okay. They've got so many currencies now, that's crazy. You can see how much it costs to get group classes, and as you can see, the more classes that you get, it gets way cheaper, like €9 per class. I remember when I was in Australia and I looked at taking in-person French classes, and let me just tell you, it was a lot more than €9 per class. One cool thing that they have now that they didn't have before are free trials, where you can get 5 free group classes. So if you just want to test it out, you can do that as well. I will say that I've never booked a private class, but apparently you can customize the class. You can tell them exactly what you want to learn. This is new. Okay, so achievements. I have none, obviously, because this is a new account. They've added a little bit of gamification, kind of like Duolingo. I will be using Lingoda to learn Spanish, and I'm most likely going to be doing a sprint and documenting that. So if you're interested in following along, you can always subscribe. We can just like talk about progress and things like that. All right, now let's go and watch my lesson. It's kind of cringe because I don't know how to speak for Spanish, but anyway. Got my computer here and let's go.
Hola, Bonnie.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Bueno, qué bueno. Me alegra saber que estás bien. ¿De dónde eres, Bonnie?
I don't know.
Where are you from?
Oh, Australia?
Australia.
Australia.
Exactamente. Soy de Australia. I don't know. Es no lo sé.
No lo sé.
Muy bien. Entonces, Bonnie, ¿a qué te dedicas? What do you do for a living?
Soy software developer.
Puede ser desarrolladora. Muy bien, Bonnie, excelente, buen trabajo. Puede decir también, Bonnie, puede decir soy australiana.
Soy australiana.
Muy bien. Entonces, encantado, Bonnie, encantado. Significa nice to meet you. So you have to answer encantada.
Encantada.
Female. Encantado, Bonnie.
Encantada.
Exacto, excelente. Tú puedes decir así también, encantada también. Es como nice to meet you too. Bonnie, ¿puedes leer, por favor?
Sí, puedo saludar a otras personas. Puedo despedirme despedirme.
Sí, puedo despedirme. Bien. Alison, ¿puedes traducir? Can you translate? Bonnie, ¿qué hace esta chica? ¿Qué hace? What is she doing?
Smiling.
Smiling. Ok. Está sonriendo. Ahora vamos con la número 2 para Margot. Número 3 para Bonnie.
Llama.
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 Paul, ¿conoces más palabras en español? Bonnie, tú eres Ana.
Sí.
Y Alison, tú eres Leo.
Buenos días, me llamo Ana. Soy la profesora. Hola Leo, bienvenido a la clase.
Entonces vamos a empezar con Bonnie. Bonnie, ¿puedes leer, por favor?
Sí, perdona, tengo una pregunta. ¿Qué es esto? La imagen 2 es un libro. ¿Qué es la imagen 3?
Can you translate the dialogue, please?
Oh my god. Maybe the last word is finish.
Bonnie, número 1.
Saludos.
Exacto.
Yeah, so my class just ended, but I hope you guys can see that this being your very, very first class, you don't need to be able to already know Spanish to be able to start. Also, there were so many similarities between French and Spanish that if you've already learned French or if you've already learned Spanish, it's going to be a lot easier to learn the other one, I think. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the stuff that you get after you do complete a class. You can actually see the teacher and how many other students were there if you want to open the material. This is honestly one of my favorite things about Lingoda is because everything that the teacher writes on these slides stays there. He also did the highlighting. You can also see that where we did do the exercise of filling in the blanks, that's all there. Here it was pretty cool. We talked about the different types of Spanish. You can give a review. I will give an awesome because he was really cool. Although I am too lazy to leave an actual full-on review. I'm still waiting for the teacher to give me feedback, but they will actually give you feedback. Here you get a description on the teacher, which just means good night. Yes, I will give myself a tick. No lo sé, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm basically fluent. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to give it a like. And also don't forget, if you are going to try out Lingoda, I do have a discount that you guys are able to use in the description. If you have any other questions at all, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will get back to you. I read every single comment. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.